Hi everyone, this is Dave from Geekanoids and welcome to another mega gadget collection where I share with you a whole host of gadgets and technology that have come into the Geekanoids studio this week. I'm going to kick things off with what's probably the first iPhone 5 case that I've shown within one of these mega gadget collections. And I've looked at Uniea cases before. This one's the Colorama Folio. It comes in all different colours. That's what it looks like in the packaging. Now Uniea make some really unique cases and I really have enjoyed reviewing their products before. This one is a little bit different because it's a flip case. Let me just get it out of the packaging. Now I must make a quick disclaimer first of all, because you're seeing me take this out of the packaging and it has already got an iPhone in it. Now they didn't give me an iPhone. That would be awesome value if they did. This is my own iPhone 5 and I put it in the case just to make it easier to show you. But as you can see, we've got this sort of green textured cover, front and back. Nice cutout for the camera on the back. This remains all sort of visible, all your controls, and of course your top control as well. And then on the base, we've got access to everything as well. So everything we need to gain access to is easily accessible. And then we've got a little sort of clasp bit here. It's not magnetic, it's just sort of quite sort of cleverly designed. There's a little bit of tension on the front cover, which allows it to clip. Let me just show it from this angle. It allows it to clip to the top of your iPhone and just keep that front flap sort of closed. And then as we open it up, we gain access to the iPhone. Let me just open my iPhone and put my code in. There's my screen of my iPhone. Looks really nice in the case actually. And because it's such a thin profile or low profile case, when you're holding it like this to make and take calls, it's really nice to hold. You haven't got the bulk of a normal sort of flip style case. It just works really well. Nice vibrant colours and just really nice. It's also got this sort of very soft microfiber type suede material lining as well. And that's on all of the inside, so it's up against the back of your iPhone, and obviously when the case is closed then it's up against the screen. So a really nice case. So that's the, I forget the name of it already, Colorama was it called? Colorama Folio. And it is nice, it's a nice fit. I like something that I don't normally like about folio cases is this front cover. It normally moves around too much because there's not normally any sort of clasp mechanism, but this stays in its place. So they've done a really good job of the design on that. Good job to Uniea. Check out the link underneath this video for a link to the Uniea website. Moving onwards and upwards, we're going to have a look at a little gadget here from Breffo. This is the packaging. I've already taken it out of the packaging. This is the Breffo camera kit, or adventure camera kit as they call it. And you could use it with something like a GoPro, or you could use it with perhaps another action camera, or you can even get away with using it with a regular compact camera. And I've got mine sitting just here. Let me just move this other product out of the way. This is what the Breffo action camera kit looks like with my Sony mounted on top of it. And you've seen a Breffo tablet holder on the channel before. And what they do is they make these sort of articulated legs, very, very grippy and rubbery. And the idea is that you can mount this and wrap these legs around a branch or a handlebar or a post, a gate post, etc. Or you can just spread them out like this and use them in this sort of tripod form. It looks like a sort of spider walking along. And it works really well. It's very, very grippy and they're very, very strong. Now, this Sony, the HX50, is quite a hefty sort of camera. It's not the smallest of compact cameras, but it's still okay. Not sure if I trust it with a camera of this weight, maybe something a little tiny bit lighter than this. And I'm just going to take the camera off and show you the device without the camera. Let's pop this camera to one side and I'll show you how it works. So we've got obviously the articulated sort of legs that grip onto things, and then this center section's got a standard tripod mount on it, but it actually pushes out. Don't know why they've done it, so it pushes out and you're left with something like this. Now I suppose you could sort of push it in that way if you really wanted to and mount something upside down, but I don't know why they didn't just integrate this into this, because it means you can lose this. And if you screw this onto your camera, so imagine if I've screwed that onto the camera, I can't get it back into the camera mount anyway, so they may as well have just built that in. But that's just my opinion. Other than that, it's a really nice little product, and it works very well because these are super, super grippy and super strong. If you imagine you've got 8 of these sort of legs coming down to wrap around the branch or whatever you're going to put it onto, and it's pretty secure. So it's going to really come in useful for mounting in all sorts of different weird and wonderful positions. So that is the Breffo Action Camera Mount. Really nice little product. I'm going to actually put that there because it just might scare a few people off from disturbing me while I'm making this video. Anyway, let's move on to the next one. This little package here looks very high quality. It's from a company called Mediadevil, and this is a nice product actually. It's not for everyone. Why can't I open it? There we go. It's come open now. And this is called the Magic Wand, and it comes with a little case. So this is the first thing you get. It's a little sort of pouch for it, and inside is a really high quality stylus for your iPad or capacitive screen, but it's also got a pen built into it as well. So it's got a standard sort of biro or ink pen in the top, and then it's got the stylus portion on this end, a nice sort of clip built in, and a nice weight to it as well. It feels really nice. And when you're using it with your iPad, let me just grab my iPad here and just use it on the screen. It feels just really nice on the screen. It's nice and nice weight to it that makes it feel a really nice quality. Now, you're not going to get definitive sort of control. You're not going to get any sort of pressure sensitivity or fine lines, unless the application you're using supports sort of that, but it's just a standard sort of point and swipe stylus, but nice for doing the odd doodle and marking up various documents. And I like the fact that it feels like a normal pen when you're holding it this way round and writing with the sort of ink tip. It just feels right. So that's the Magic Wand from Mediadevil. It comes in all different colours as well, but a really nice stylus, one of the better styluses that I've actually tested. Very, very nice product. So, and before I move on, I'll just mention that there are links underneath this video, take you to all of the different manufacturers' websites, and also there are quick links, so that if you want to just see a specific product, you can click on that link and it'll take you to that particular portion in the video. So bear that in mind. Let's move on and take a look at this one next. Now, this one is the Proximo starter kit. I'll give you a close-up of it. That's what you get inside the packaging. There's also a little QR code there as well, so if you do want to scan that, you could scan that now. And it's by Kensington, and what it consists of is like a key fob and a tag, and it works in combination with an application. So let me show you what you get inside. So you get some batteries, you get a little screwdriver for opening up the sort of fob and putting the batteries in, you get a split ring there to turn one of them into like a key ring, and then you get these 2 tags. I'm just going to show you them. Just take them out of the packaging carefully. I don't want to lose any of the bits, but this product is all about being able to find your stuff. The back's come off of one of these because the screws are already undone on it, but let me just pop that back on. Come on you go. There we go. So this is like one of the sort of proximity sensors, so you could put that on maybe your car keys, for example, or on a bag if you wanted to attach it to your bag. And then this one here that looks more like a car remote, but it's not a car remote. This one you might put the split ring on and use it as a key ring. So you've got these 2 different ones sort of inside the packaging, and you can get additional ones of these to add on as well. And if I just show you the back there, show you the back of the packaging, it shows you an app, and it's all sort of driven by the app. And these are proximity sensors. So if you've lost your keys or your bag, or somebody takes your bag and it moves outside of a particular range, the app will allow you to track it. So it's really good way of keeping a track on your keys and everything so you don't lose them. Nice little product actually, and nice that they supply it with obviously the batteries to get you up and running, and they're just very compact and they feel quality as well, so they're not sort of cheaply made. I'm going to give you one last look at this packaging. So it's called the Kensington Proximo starter kit. I think it's really cool. It comes with a 2-year warranty and just allows you to sort of keep your precious items tagged. Really nice. I like this a lot. Very, very good product. moving on, let's move on to the next one. Let's take a look at one of these up here. Which one should we do first? We'll do this sort of the simpler one first, and probably one of the most useful items in this mega gadget collection, because I always lose my chargers. This is from Masterplug. This is a USB charger with a little bit of a twist to it in the fact that it's surge protected as well. So let's open this up. Now, we've all used surge protected sockets before, or I hope you do, because if you're using technology and you get a spike in your electricity current, it can actually damage the products that you've got attached to your surge protector, or if you haven't got a surge protector, I should say, it can damage the perhaps computer or monitor you've got attached to your mains electricity. If you've got a surge protector connected, then it takes those spikes out and protects the equipment that you've got connected to it. So what we've got here is a 3-pin UK plug on this end, and then we've got a 3-pin socket on here which is surge protected, and you've got an LED light and a power button, or sorry, a power light on the top here. So 2 different LEDs. One of them is going to show you that it's actually protected, and you can connect perhaps your main computer to this. But the nice little addition to this item is that we've got 2 USB sockets on the top as well. So you could use these to charge perhaps your iPad or your iPhone, and then you've still got a 3-pin socket as well. These are really cheap, about £8, something like that in the UK, £8 or £9. And I think that's really good. This is made by Masterplug, and I just wanted to show you it. It's not very technical, but I do recommend you using some sort of surge protection on your devices. And this is just a nice, neat little sort of almost travel solution. So if you're perhaps going on holiday somewhere in the UK, pick one of these up. If you're charging your laptop, at least it's still protected. So a very, very good idea. So let's pop that just there. And then over the back here, I've got some more products. I'm going to do this one up the top here first. And if you've watched to this stage of the video, and I hope you have, I'll let you know that in a future video, I'm going to be giving one of these away. This is from a company called TP-Link. I've actually reviewed their products before, and it's their 300 megabits per second universal wireless N range extender. The model number is TLWA850RE. I'll give you a look on the side there. There's the model number you want to look for if you want to pick one of these up. And what it basically is a range extender. So if you've got internet in your house and you've got a wireless network set up, then some places in your house or your building, you're going to have spots where that wireless signal isn't very strong. Now, I primarily use Apple products, but what amazes me with the TP-Link products is the price point they come in at. It's always very, very keenly priced, and they work extremely well. So let's have a look what we've got here. So we open this up. Now, there is normally a instruction manual in the front here, but I've already removed that because I've been testing this. And we've got the plug, and I think that's pretty much it. I will just check, but I'm sure we do get an Ethernet cable in the box as well, but it's nice that they include the cable, but not essential. And here we go. This is it. This is the range extender. Very, very simple. We've got a button on the front here, like a security or WPS button, and that connects it to your existing network. We've also got some LEDs here for wireless power, Ethernet and signal strength. And that is it. It is as simple as that. On the back here, we've got the 3-pin UK plugs that plugs into your main socket. And on the bottom, we've got an Ethernet socket so we can hardwire something in as well. And it just extends the wireless range. So if you've got a room right in the corner of your house, you hardly get any wireless signal in here, sort of plug this in sort of a midway point, so in between your main wireless router and that room that's got the sort of weak signal, and this just extends your wireless range. Very, very simply, very compact, sleek design, and I just love it. Very, very neat. And you get these in other countries as well, of course, just the plug will be different on the back. So that is it. That is that TP-Link product. We've also got, how many more? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more products to show you. So let's show you the Verbatim speaker over here. Now, I like to show you the packaging as well, so it just gives you a chance to see what you're looking out for at retail level. This is a Bluetooth mobile speaker. It's got a rechargeable battery in here with up to 6 hours of playback time. It's Bluetooth as well. You also get a USB cable and a stereo audio cable inside the box. And it's a very compact speaker, like so. Comes in different colours. This is obviously the white version. On the top here, we've got some controls for power, volume and track controls as well. This has also got a light in it as well, so it gives you sort of some feedback around the top as to what sort of mode it's in. And then the speaker outputs are on either side. And then we've got little rubber feet on the bottom. And then on the back, we've got USB socket for charging and also an input there for 3.5mm audio, which they supply the cable for. So if you have got a device that isn't Bluetooth, then you can connect it in sort of hardwired as well. Once you've got something connected via Bluetooth though, it works really well. Not the best sound, it's not going to be up there with a high-end system, but it's nice and portable and it produces a good enough sound to make it a pleasure to listen to. And I would say that if you were going on holiday and you wanted something sort of reasonably compact but with a decent amount of volume and a decent enough sound to listen to for a couple of hours a day, then this is probably something that I would consider taking on holiday with me. So a very good choice. This is the Bluetooth mobile speaker from Verbatim. Next up, we're going this order, I think. It's a lot easier. Power banks. There are so many of these on the market nowadays. This one is Xtorm by A Solar. It's the AL370 Power Bank 7300. So a 7300 milliamp hour battery pack. You can charge 2 devices at the same time if you so wish. It comes pre-charged. Yeah, okay, fair enough. And it comes with a whole host of tips on here, so it does it slightly differently. Rather than relying on your own cable, they supply lots of different tips in the box, and they are for Samsung Tab, Mini USB, Sony Ericsson, Sony PSP, and it's also got built-in cables as well. I'm going to give you a look at this. I've already had this out of the packaging and it just works extremely well and it's nicely made. So let's just take this out. So this is how it comes presented. I'll just show you. You've got the tips in the bottom here. We've got the charger here for charging the device, and we've also got a USB cable or USB extension cable, etc. in the side. And then the actual unit itself, so this is the Power Bank 7300 itself, it's just a little bit different from what you normally see. We've got this sort of soft touch material on the bottom here. We've got a hard metal sort of top. We've got the power button on the top here as well, and when you push that, it shows you the level. So we've got 4 LEDs, each representing roughly about 25% of power left inside the battery. And then we've got an output on the top where we can connect another USB device to charge. And the reason this is a little bit different from the normal ones is because they build in some cables. So we've got this cable here, which comes out like so. This is the USB cable for charging the device. So if you want to recharge it, you use this cable, normal USB socket on the end, and then that sort of clips nicely back into the body of the charger. And then we've got another cable this side, a little bit more difficult to get out, this one. There we go. And this one is the micro USB. So any micro USB device will charge via this. And then we've got all those additional tips as well in the packaging. And we've also got the output on the top for charging devices as well. So this is the Xtorm by A Solar. Really nicely made, nice quality product. As you can see, I'll just show you those LEDs again. That's what the LEDs look like. Just really nicely made. And this is the Power Bank 7300, so really high capacity battery. It's got a fair weight to it, but it just feels really nicely made. This particular one, I'll just point this out, this is a 2.1 amp output as well, so nice fast charging from that particular output. Is it going to stand up? It stood up. And then next, we have got something which will please all of you gamers out there. Let me just get the box here. This is the AUX stereo headset from Speedlink. This is a really comfortable headset, and you can use it with smartphones as well, but it's primarily really a gaming headset for your PC gaming. It's got an inline remote, and it's also got a 1.1 meter extra cable inside the box. Couldn't get my words out there. The main cable length is 2.6 meters on here. And let's give you a look at the AUX stereo headset. This is what it looks like. Now it looks a bit plasticky, which it is, but it is nicely made. They're nice sort of grade plastics. And this is the cable, obviously. We've got the 3.5mm audio jack there. We've got the little remote, inline remote as well. What's nice about it is it's also got a microphone. So this microphone positions down like so. We've got adjustment, ratchet adjustment on each side to adjust the size, and it feels nice and comfortable as well. It's not the biggest of headsets, so although it is over ear, as you can see here, it is over ear rather than on ear. They're quite small ear cups, so I hate to say this, but if you have got big ears, these might sit on the ear very slightly. I've got quite small ears and they just fit over. Not much sound isolation on these though. They've not got much cushioning on the ear cup, so I can still hear external noises, unless I really pump the volume up that I've got playing through the headphones. And then the mic adjusts really nicely. There's no bending to the mic though, it's purely just up and down adjustment. The actual audio quality on these though is really rather nice. I've been very, very pleased with how they actually sound, and they're just super comfortable. One thing that they forgot though, and I always moan about this is sort of a rubberized material on the top, no padding, which is a shame. Luckily the padding on the ear cups is pretty comfortable, but it's a shame that this has got no padding on. That's one of the negative points with it. So this is the AUX, not a very good name either, but there you go, an AUX stereo headset by Speedlink, and I think it's just good value for money. It's fairly well made, I would say, but not fantastic. It's just okay. But if you're on a budget, the actual sound quality is acceptable. So one worth considering if you are on a budget. So let's just pop that back down there. Now I've got a product that's going to interest all of you YouTubers that create video. I create video mainly in my editing room, but I do also edit on the computer you can see here in shot now, which is a Mac Mini, but I normally edit on my Mac Pro. And I use trackpads. I got so used to using the Apple Magic trackpad and also the Logitech trackpad that I don't really use a mouse nowadays, but I do a lot of editing. This product I'm going to show you now, I've just got to say a big, big thank you to Editor's Keys. They sent me this out to review, and this is Contour Design's ShuttlePro version 2. You can see it here. I'm going to show you the actual product in a minute. And what it's got is, it's got 15 programmable buttons and also this jog dial in the middle, sort of like a shuttle, where it gets its name from. And it's 360-degree rotating knob in the middle, and it allows you to skip around tracks, do quick edits, create shortcuts on the buttons, and it just works very, very well. And you can sort of use it with preset controls as well, so all of these buttons are already assigned. It works with the likes of Final Cut Studio, Final Cut Express, Final Cut Pro, Adobe Photoshop, Premiere Pro, Sony Vegas, Logic Studio, GarageBand, iMovie, and even iPhoto and iTunes. Not sure why you'd use it with those, but nicely presented box. I'm going to give you a look at the actual product itself. So what we've got on this end is USB, obviously, to connect it to your computer, and this is what it looks like. Very, very nice. And it's very sort of low profile as well. So when it's on your desk, you've got this sort of natural area where you're going to rest your wrist and lower part of the hand, and then you've got this jog dial. And let me just show you that. When you use the jog dial, it sort of flicks back like so. So you're going to do your fine sort of adjustments using this, and it sort of flicks back, and then you've got this 360-degree rotating dial in the middle. And each one of these has got a little sort of, this is made of metal, has got a little finger sort of indentation in it, so your finger naturally goes in the nearest one. It's just really nicely made. And then all of these buttons are the ones that are assigned to various functions, all these ones around here. So as you're sort of editing, you're going to be sort of going backwards and forwards, yeah, in point, out point, or in point, out point, put it in your timeline, and you can see how this would be really quick. Once you've got the buttons assigned correctly, how you're used to them, you can just do very quick skip backwards and forwards and edits, and it works brilliantly. So very, very good product. This is the ShuttlePro version 2 from Contour Design. A big, big thank you again to Editor's Keys, because he very kindly sent me this out to test. So great product. Now we're on to the last product for this video, and thank you for bearing with me through this mega gadget collection. I always say to people that if you produce content, or even if you're just maybe a regular sort of person, maybe you don't make videos but you take family photos, which everybody does nowadays, you must, and I say you must, have a backup. Now the ideal backup you can have is maybe one that you store on maybe a hard drive in your house. Second thing I always recommend is get another external hard drive like the one I'm going to show you here from Toshiba. This is the Stor.E Slim, and then do a backup on this maybe once every couple of weeks, or once a month, or once a week. Really depends on how much time you've got or how much sort of photos you take, etc. And then give this to somebody that you trust, or maybe put it in a bank deposit box, or leave it with a relative, because then if the worst did happen, maybe you got burgled, or oh goodness knows, something terrible happened like your house caught fire, at least you got your data somewhere else off site. The third way I always say backup, which doesn't involve this product at all, is maybe invest in a cloud backup service as well, where your files are backed up to the cloud. And then you've got the best of all worlds. You've got an on-site backup, you've got an off-site backup, and you've got something up in the cloud as well. But anyway, I will stop preaching to you. This is the Toshiba, what did I call it? Stor.E Slim, almost forgot. And it's normally sealed at the top, but as always, I've had this out to have a look at. This is the 500GB version, and it's just a very nice portable hard drive, if I can get it out. As I say, I had this out earlier and it seems to have got jammed in the packaging. You know what? I hate packaging sometimes because it's so tough to get into, but at least with this one, you don't rip your hands to shreds. So what we've got in here basically is we've got the cable, obviously supplied with it, USB 3 cable, and then we've got the actual drive itself. So let's just open this up. And the reason you're like this one is because look at how thin it is. That's why it's called the Stor.E Slim. Super, super thin hard drive. And as I say, 500GB capacity, metal casing, which is really nice. So we've got this sort of brushed finish on the front, Toshiba logo on the top. Very, very simple. We've got an LED light on the corner for activity, and then we've got that USB 3 connection on there. Now it is backwards compatible with USB 2, you're just not going to get the advantages of USB 3 speed. 500GB capacity, it's nice and quiet in operation as well, and just ideal. Just look at how small it is. So back up your files to something like this, and either use this for the one that you sort of carry around with you, or use this one for your off-site backup. I would say, if this is the one you're going to sort of carry around with you, this is a super device because it's so small and compact. So use something like this for the one you're going to carry around, or maybe take on holiday to do backups, or on business trips to do backups. And then if it's a little bit cheaper to get a bigger one, then get that to leave at somebody else's premises as your sort of off-site backup, because portability doesn't matter as much with that one. Or just get a couple of these. That'd be the ideal solution. 2 of these are going to hardly take up any space. They're super light, and it allows you to secure your files. There's nothing worse than losing files. I'll give you a little story before I close out this video. I actually had a hard drive fail last month, but I've got 2 different backups and a cloud backup as well, so I didn't lose any files. And then just last week, I had another hard drive fail in my Mac Pro, which contained all of my video work. But on a daily basis, that backs up to a NAS device. Didn't lose any files again. I'm not boasting, I'm just saying, because I do backups, I don't lose files. And I think you should take note of that and really back up your files. I see some really sad stories of people saying, oh, my hard drive failed. Dave, how can I get my files back? Can you recommend a data recovery service? Well, of course I can. There's no guarantee they're going to get your files back, but what you should have really done is back up in the first place. So anyway, this is the Toshiba Stor.E Slim, the last product of this mega gadget collection, and highly recommended that you pick up something like that. So that's it for this video. Thank you very much for watching and staying with me all the way to the end. I love doing these mega gadget collections. It allows me to share with you a whole host of gadgets and tech that comes into the Geekanoids studio on a weekly basis. Please don't forget to share this video with the hashtag GeekFan. Gives you a chance of winning some of the great sponsor prizes I'm giving away. I really do appreciate you. Can't even get my words out at the end of this one. I really do appreciate you hitting like on this video. It really does help me. Thanks for subscribing as well, and I'll see you all in the next one.